partnership is about bridging Web 2 startups to Web 3.
It's amazing because it works exactly like an IPO, for instance.
It works exactly like an IPO. For the first time, you will be able to trade a real Web 2 startup with real tokenized shares. Hi everyone, we are Francesco and Maren from the Crypto Valley in Switzerland. Today we will tell you about our partnership with Camelot, who is a major DEX on Arbitrum.
Okay, Francesco, so we recently announced our partnership with Camelot, between Arcton and Camelot, which is a decentralized exchange. And it took us some time to go there, and we are now super happy that this actually finalized. But maybe the people who don't follow us regularly on LinkedIn, for instance, can you quickly explain what is Camelot?
So Camelot, as you said, we are super happy of this partnership. It's a really unique partnership that's really a game changer for us. But what is Camelot? Camelot is a decentralized exchange. So what do? They enable us the trading of cryptocurrencies in a decentralized ways. It works on the technical side, it works with liquidity pools. This is not the scope of this video to go to the technicalities, but it really is enable us trading of cryptocurrency without a centralized party. And that's what they do. And that's why it's called a decentralized exchange. It's like an exchange, but where it's just governed by smart contracts, so there is not a central operators in the background. What I can tell you more about Camelot is that they are very big. They have as you can see here, they have a total locked value, which is very common in a DeFi project, to know how big they are, to identify the size of this project. So the total value locked on Camelot is 76 million at the moment. So it's
very substantial, yes.
As you can see, exactly 76 million as of the moment. It was higher when it was definitely higher back in the days when it was almost around 120 million when there was more of a bull run. But the interesting part is that also the revenues that they generate are substantial. They generate around $350,000 per month. So it's really a healthy ecosystem, a healthy DEX,
yes,
which enables people to trade cryptocurrency as of the moment in a decentralized way.
So it's like a place where people can trade their tokens as of the moment. And how can I access it? Like, where are they building? Where they are?
So Camelot is the native DEX of Arbitrum. What is Arbitrum? Arbitrum is simply a layer 2 of Ethereum. What is a layer 2? A layer 2 is a layer on top of the blockchain of Ethereum to scale it. Because as we all know, Ethereum is really congested, has really high fees. So what do they build it now is layer 2 solution.
So they use like Ethereum as an infrastructure, as a base infrastructure. They build on top of it another layer, which is just more efficient to enable something like Camelot.
Is it more efficient because part of not every transaction is recorded on Ethereum. Therefore, just a portion of the transaction is recorded in Ethereum. Some transactions are made off chain, so is much lighter.
Okay.
Is much lighter than recording everything on Ethereum.
And how is Arbitrum doing as of the moment, like compared to other layer 2s?
Arbitrum is really a thriving ecosystem. Has been able to been really good in community building, ecosystem building. It has a lot of big projects. So the main project who's leading the way into Arbitrum is GMX, which is a decentralized exchange for derivatives, for perpetual derivatives. So this has been the main project, is the main project for Arbitrum, which has really made the ecosystem thrive, and a lot of other projects are coming, following and being developed on Arbitrum as of the moment. We took now a look at what Camelot is, but we want to really see how it works, and it will be interesting to dig a bit into Camelot. So show us some examples of what's going on Camelot.
So as you said, Camelot is a decentralized exchange, and they are leading the way. They are like the gateway to Arbitrum. So all the new projects which want to become big in Arbitrum, a substantial part of it goes through their launchpad. So what is the launchpad? that's a way to sell like tokens. So it's like something like an ICO. So a project comes there and lists a token, and then people can buy it. Right. And that's something which Camelot did in the past, and they are one of the biggest launchpads which are actually out there.
Yeah.
And here I can show you like the past launches which they did, and you can see that this project raised substantial amount of money. I mean, wow. Most of them were actually like, all of them are actually like really crypto DeFi projects, and they list them there, and people of Camelot, like investors of Camelot, can invest. And maybe I can show you one example which recently took place. So this is like the PenP token, and what they did here was a token sale on Camelot, and this happened on June 15th, so about a month ago, and was quite successful. So what did they do? They wanted to raise 340 ETH, so like around 500,000 US dollar. And they listed here, they kind of described the project here, and they determined the price. And this one was like almost 30 cents. Okay. And the total valuation of this company was 3.16 million, so actually very low for a crypto project. And the sale was announced on the Twitter thread on Twitter of Camelot and also of PenP, and there was like a 3-stage sale.
Right.
The total sale took 48 hours, and first it was only for whitelisted users. So whitelisted users are people who have the token of Camelot, which are like regular users of there. And they had the chance to first invest in that project before everyone else.
Right.
So the first phase took like 24 hours, and like even after 12 hours, everything was sold out.
How much did it raise?
So they raised like 500,000 US dollar, 340 ETH. They raised it.
That's very good in 12 hours.
Yeah, it's
like
insane.
Almost $600,000.
I mean, it's a really fast process. If you do, what we do is like startup offerings, and I mean, usually this takes 1 month, and here was 48 hours.
Wow.
So it was really successful. And now you can see, so this was the primary offering where people received the PenP token.
Right.
Obviously, people want to trade it because this is a DEX.
Right.
And we can show you here, like on Camelot, if you launch the app here, you can also trade the PenP token. And the trading started on, I think, June 21st. So here you can select like PenP. I select it from this list. And then I can see, if I want, we do another video about this one, how it works in details. But here you can see, like, you can already trade it, and you can see how the price developed over the last month.
Amazing.
And it was quite successful actually, because now the price is 1.28 and it was like 36 cents before.
So this is amazing. So there were some projects that they works exactly like these are called IDOs, right? And they do the fundraise, and then day plus one or like a couple of hours later, there was a week later.
Yeah.
Then you can actually trade it like any stock. I mean, basically.
It's amazing because it works exactly like an IPO, for instance.
It works exactly like an IPO.
But this is like only like crypto projects. But you can see here where you see like Camelot, the size of it, and these are like the largest IDO launchpads, and they are like number 7 or something like that in volume. So they're really substantial. And now we got this partnership with them. Yeah, maybe speaking of that one, because we were already talking about like how this process works and what we are doing. So we are kind of doing these startup IPOs.
Exactly.
Maybe can you tell us what is the partnership about? What
exactly. Exactly, the partnership is exactly about this, enabling not just blockchain startup or crypto project to raise in this way, but also Web2 startups or traditional startups, which there are thousands and millions out there. And we think that this way of raising money for crypto and blockchain project can be really perfectly applied to any other startup. And that's what is about the partnership. The partnership is about bridging Web2 startups to Web3, taking the real good part of Web3, which is liquidity, investing and having the possibility to trade with the quality of Web2 startups. So the partnership is exactly making our first offering, which is gonna be in September, be tradable on Camelot. So for the first time, you will be able to trade a real Web2 startup with real tokenized shares. So what is important is that the deal is also that you will be able to trade securities, not utility tokens.
But I mean, Camelot is like huge. We saw it, and we're just a small startup. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Why do they partner with us? Why do they even talk to us?
Yeah, right. Right. They partner with us because, of course, they what we have is the legal knowledge, that for sure, and the legal knowledge that they need to actually put in place this project, and. I mean, it's really on our platform, on our startup, is that really a legal challenge at the end of the day. You know, to have everything set up correctly, and because we are talking about securities, and therefore this is why they are interesting to us. But also because they want to be at the forefront, mainly because they want to be at the forefront of innovation, and that's what they're really interested in. They don't want to miss out on this new on the future of real world assets on DeFi. And this is why they're partnering.
Yeah, I mean, they agree with our mission because they also think like real world assets are the future for DeFi. And because now it's very a niche.
Exactly.
But I mean, it can become quite substantial. And I mean, for us, it was also like very a no-brainer to partner with them because what Camelot is about is like deep, sustainable liquidity.
Right.
So that's what they managed to do with all these IDOs, basically, and that's exactly what we were looking for: this deep, sustainable liquidity for our future investors. In addition, I mean, they have really a strong tech stack. They are also leading the way on a technical level, and it's brilliant that we can benefit from something which has worked in the past, and we can now just use like that.
Exactly, we can just apply to different use cases, but like the technology and how it works is exactly the same. And also we were happy that they announced it at the Arbitrum days, right? They announced in front of a crowd of over 500 people the partnership with us, that we are doing the first startup IPO on a DEX. So it was really exciting to see how much they are involved into this project, how much they believe into this.
Because we didn't even know that they would talk about it, and then they did it, so it was amazing.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening at us, and we hope you liked this video about Camelot and our partnership with them. Hope you learned something valuable today. The next video will definitely be how to trade on a decentralized exchange. Thank you for listening. Follow us